Hi, it's me, and you are watching the second half of part 6 of the 30 subscriber thanks video series. And thanks to my fat fingers, I ended the recording prematurely in the previous part. So now we have a new video part to watch. Okay, and here we are on the Henderson Waves. Okay, notice this area is under CCTV surveillance, dismount and push, no littering, fine up to $5,000. No motorized vehicles, no skateboarding or skating, and no smoking. So you better be on your best behavior or fine up to $5,000. Okay, thank you for repainting the Henderson Waves. As we cross the Henderson Waves, we will arrive at Mount Faber Park. Is that slope deterioration? Okay, so on the north facing side of the bridge, we see the Red Hill residential district and beyond. On the south facing end of the Henderson Waves, we have Telok Blangah and reflections at Keppel Bay. Okay, I guess a lot of slope deteriorating and restoration works is in order. Ah, my eyes! Okay, here comes the class. Okay, we have arrived on the other end of Henderson Waves. Henderson Waves. Faber Point, Faber Peak. Turn right. More uphill. danger. Railings in danger of breaking off. Do not lean, because obviously the black and yellow stripes say so. Psst. Got any nuts? Got any nuts? Telok Blangah Rise downhill, Henderson Ways from where we came from, on track to Faber Point and Faber Peak. This is Telok Blangah Rise Residential District. Further away, Tanjong Pagar and the city skyline. Center focus is the Pinnacle at Duxton. I hope to do a video on it, on top of it. Further southeast direction, you see Keppel Harbour. Okay, another view of the city skyline. Mount Faber Loop. Okay. Heading up to Faber Point. Because obviously I'm not at the highest point of the hill. You are near the top of a peak, feeling peckish and thirsty. What? You have fried rice with grilled chicken. The wonders of modern technology. Okay. Grab some ready-made food and come over to enjoy the scenery. So how does the actual skyline compete against the one in the picture? Cyclists ahead. On top of a hill. Let's stop for a while. I need to catch my breath and to catch the largest cluster of flowers. Impressive. Never seen such a big bunch of flowers before. Isn't this isn't as big as the one earlier. Is it clear enough? Lion City. According to Malay legend, Sang Nila Utama was the founder of Singapore. While hunting wild animals on the island, he came upon a strange animal resembling a lion. Therefore, decided to name the island Singha, meaning lion, and Pura, meaning city.狮子城。根据马来民间传说，山尼拉乌他妈是新加坡拉的开山鼻祖。他是在岛上打猎时，遇见了一只貌似狮子的怪兽，于是决定将这岛命名为新加，一级狮子，波拉一级城。Kota Singa. Menurut legenda Melayu, Sang Nila Utama adalah bergasas Singapura. Sewaktu memburu binatang berkarida di pulau ini, beliau ternampak sektor binatang ganjil yang menyerupai seekor singa. Lalu beliau memutuskan untuk menamakan pulau ini Singa dan Pula, maknanya kota. Text in Tamil, I can't read, so I can't pronounce. And I guess our forefathers have battled something like a lion, and the Merlion is just for decoration. (14th century Singapore). Singapore in the 14th century was a prosperous trading settlement. This is based mainly on archaeological evidence as well as on accounts of Chinese travelers of the period. Read. And this is a depiction of 14th century Singapore as a trading settlement, a fishing village accommodating Chinese merchants. Colonial period in 1890, Sir Stamford Raffles and William Farquhar, with the Temenggung and the Tengku Long, the Sultan Hussein, signed a treaty to set up a trading post of the English East India Company on Singapore Island. And this is a depiction of all the officials signing the treaty with the main character Sir Stamford Raffles and his iconic pose. Early 1800s development, Singapore became a regional entrepot and attracted large numbers of traders from the Malay archipelago, China, India, and the Middle East. And this is a accurate representation of what goes on along the Singapore River during its trading post time. The early the late 1800s and the early 1900s. Due to trading activities, a large number of immigrants came and began to settle in Singapore. Chinese and Indian immigrants provided a cheap labor force called coolies, and Singapore gradually developed into a multi-racial society. And that is why we have 4 national languages: English, Chinese, Malay, and Tamil. They make up the languages spoken by the early residents. Japanese occupation 1942 to 1945. British colonialism was disrupted by the outbreak of the Pacific War and the Japanese Army invasion of Singapore in February 1942, which led to the British surrender. After Singapore suffered years of hardship, the Japanese officially surrendered to the British in September 1945. Can the camera see the text? It's a bit worn out. Okay, and independence. The struggle for independence resulted in self-government in 1959. The political leadership later had to cope with a range of pressing social economic issues and problems after separation from Malaysia. Voting is sacred. Voting is mandatory. You don't vote, you don't get to vote. Okay, the man in the foreground with the black face. That's our founding father, Lee Kuan Yew. Fight me on that. Singapore today, a global city and a harmonious multicultural society. Today, Singapore is a multiracial society with 4 major races: Chinese, Malays, Indians, and Eurasians, as well as other minority groups living together peacefully. Yes, because after the 1970s racial riots, we were being forced to be living together peacefully. Okay, this mural depicts the 4 majority races and their cultures. Transportation development. Since the 1970s, Singapore has developed one of the most sophisticated transportation systems in the world. Changi Airport is one of the best airports in the world, and the shipping industry classifies Singapore as the world's busiest port. On land, the road system is complemented with mass transport such as the MRT and bus systems. And here you have the iconic modes of transport: the taxi, the train, airplane. Yes, we do have double-decker bus in the past. And the iconic control tower at Changi Airport. Well, the port cranes aren't that iconic. Telecommunications. Singapore is one of the Asia's leaders in telecommunications. This includes satellite communications such as the Sentosa Satellite Earth Station, as well as the state-of-the-art fiber optic telephone systems, handphones, pagers, and cable television. Okay. Yes, you can find large satellite receiver arrays around Singapore. They are mostly located in the north and central part. Not gonna tell you where, and I don't think I can explore those areas. Development of the arts. Singapore has some of Asia's top universities, theatres and museums. The Singapore Symphony Orchestra as well as the new Singapore Arts Centre are among the region's finest. Commerce and industry. Technological advance in commerce and industry have brought Singapore to the forefront of Southeast Asia. Banking, business center, and tourism create a stimulating and attractive environment for international business and leisure. Okay, the economy, tourism, and of course the durian. Architecture, old and new. Historic buildings in Singapore are being preserved to maintain a sense of the Asian heritage, while futuristic designs by international architects flourish within the central business district. Okay, so we have the Singapore Parliament building, the Hajjah Fatimah Mosque, the old Central Business District skyline, and at the bottom, the heritage buildings. Modern day lifestyle. Singapore has become a modern center for cultural, entertainment and retail activities which cater to the arts, shopping, tourism and cultural events for residents and visitors alike. Okay, we have the Marriott Hotel, the Orchard Road, the roadside stalls and the restaurants, the people running, old and new, public housing, the Garden City. Greenery has become part of the Singapore life as abundant tropical foliage envelopes streets, homes and buildings. Singapore is cloaked in greenery, both manicured and natural. Yes, we are enveloped in greenery, but I would say an increasing majority of the greenery that we see along the roads are manicured. the map of Singapore today. Singapore has emerged in just the last 25 years into a fashionable, thriving metropolis. This map indicates Singapore regions, transportation lines, and focal interest points. Okay, so this stylized map of Singapore is somewhere in the early 2000s, where you can see that the Marina Bay sands have not been added to the mural yet, and Sentosa down in the south has not indicated Resorts World Singapore as one of its focal destination. Alright, enough of the propaganda. It is time to walk up to the peak. As we rewind back in time to where it all began, so that there's a staircase up. Yes, because you shouldn't be asking me to walk across vegetation just to get to the shortcut. And there we have it. Arrive at Faber Point. Hello there, Malayan. So this arrow points to the city. Well, it's being blocked by vegetation, but no matter. This arrow points to Changi Airport, obscured by the high-rise building, too far away to be seen. This arrow points to Little India and to the city Manila. Yes, the Manila in the Philippines. This arrow points to Botanic Garden, which is towards the central part of Singapore. Coincidentally, it also points in the direction of Bangkok. Okay, this arrow points to the zoo. Nothing can be seen. Haw Par Villa, the last surviving Singapore theme park that has been co-opted by the National Parks Board. Is something supposed to be here but was taken away? we wouldn't know. Okay, this arrow points to the Indian Ocean. The South Islands, a group of island chain far to the south of Singapore. Okay, this arrow points to Sentosa. This points to Harbourfront. So of all the various sites that we can see, I guess the ones least obstructed by the tree canopy would be in the southwest direction. Okay, this is in the direction where we came from. Further west. While on the other end we have pointing into the northeast direction. If it's freshly painted, it is bright and colorful. I'm literally not making this up. You can see for yourself. So this will be all I would like to show you. Thank you again for watching the video. This will be likely the last part of the 30 subscribers thank you video series. Subscribe and click the notification button to be informed of future content. And I hope you found this video to be satisfactory.